Here we go.
Ooh, that is bright. I'm gonna blind a little bit.
Seconds remaining.
A bit more central in the frame. You've got like one strip of light, like right
Yeah,
down
I
your-
know it's so annoying this time of night because it's summer as well, and my windows are, I guess, west facing.
I like your
Lighting.
room though. It's nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I like who was on Valkyrie Cup before? No, I won't tell. I won't flame certain people. But you know, like when you're casting, the background is very important. Mine's obviously very boring with like a little bit of a Guitar Hero controller in the corner. But that's fine, it's neutral. If you've got a mess behind you, doesn't look well good. You've got like, you know, nice shelves and what's that light going on in the back? What is that?
It's one of those like fancy neon strip things which you stick to the wall. I got it from leaving my previous company, so like a leaving gift, which was super cool.
Oh, that's a
So
cool,
I made
that's
it
a
into
cool
the letter
gift.
D. But I think, wait, can I flip my camera on the software? I don't think I can.
What do you want?
Can you flip my video? Because then the letter's the correct way around.
I can flip it if I remember to change it back afterwards. Yeah.
Okay.
Transform, flip horizontally. Well, there you go. I have to remember to change that back. I'm gonna write a note for that. I will forget that. So
now the letter's the right way around. So
there, yeah, that's good. That's good. Flip, cast,
10 seconds
back.
remaining.
Okay. Yeah, that sort of troll banner that's from the Dire team. That's like one of those. Is it like Legend of Zelda, but the really crappy animation that was made years ago? That just really old classic memes were made from. I think that's what it's from. Anyway, you've seen that Marcy's been added to captain's mode, and have you seen how often it's being banned or picked?
I haven't seen it in pro games. I haven't really followed them, but it's obviously been first banned in this, and based on people watching pro games, I'm assuming it's been quite highly contested.
Well, I've only watched a couple of games today, but it seems that Marcy is either first phase banned or picked every single game. They love Marcy. Playing her as a support, just the rebound into dispose, I guess. Great for getting in starting fights. I know Marcy's got some great tools in the late game as well. With the shard on Marcy's quite fun. I don't think anyone picked it up in the pro scene, not that I saw, but I really like it. If you can,
It's kind of awkward because
it is, yeah.
Rebound as well is like it's your mobility spell, and then you're using it to give mobility to someone else. It doesn't really make sense, I think. And actually, your allies more or less likely to have a clue what the hell's going on if you're throwing them around.
It's true, because in a way, if you rebound off an ally, you're still giving them a massive move speed buff anyway. But if you need, like, let's say you've got a core who they all jump, who's very immobile is the word. For like, I don't know, Medusa who gets out of position or a drow, I guess you can come in and rescue them and flip them absolutely miles away. But yeah, I do agree. But it has been highly contested. Is being banned here. First in-house with Marcy in the meta, in the captain's mode. But oh well.
Yeah, this is the first in-house in a while, right? Since at least 7.31D dropped.
Yes, it has been. Yeah, this is the first one on the new patch. So Grimstroke again. I say again, as in we've had a lot of Grimstrokes recently. I know Oak's just been playing it, but obviously not on the Dire team. Thought maybe she'd be playing it. I don't think anything happened to Grimstroke. I don't think he got nerfed. Windranger, they nerfed the shard a little bit.
Yeah,
but
that thing was incredibly strong.
Oh yeah, I mean they only took like what 10 or 20 speed off it, so it's still pretty good and it's still massive AOE. But I think it could be either Nat playing it in the mid lane, or it could be someone else playing it in a support role.
Yeah, I guess that's their flex pick, because I wouldn't say Windranger is particularly like, it's not really like overpowered or anything right now. So first picking it is saying we want to pick this and we're going to just put it wherever we think it's best.
Yeah, Windranger support's good.
Tusk did get a buff. So you got more, like 0.1 more slow on every tag team hit and more damage, I think.
0.1 more slow, wow.
So it went from 0.4 to 0.5.
That's a lot, actually. I know it sounds like a small amount, but that like the gap between your auto attacks, that's going to be quite a significant reduction. So you can stay on the target.
Okay, yeah, and Snowball got 25 MS at every rank.
So really good for Tusk being able to engage, especially in the early game, which is obviously going to help his laning a lot. And Grimstroke Tusk, I don't know if they're going to lane together, but you know, you Inkswell and then you both Snowball in. That sounds pretty deadly. I wouldn't want to lane against that. Tusk, surprisingly, has one of the highest strength gains in Dota. I never sort of think about it because he doesn't seem like the bulkiest hero, but actually he does. He does a lot of damage.
He does, especially early on. I think because tag team obviously is fixed damage early on, it's a lot, but it definitely fades off as the game goes on.
Yeah, late game, it's, well, you've got 95 free damage. I suppose it still is okay.
I think a lot of Tusk have been learning to use his aghanims as well with the kick. The kick, obviously, it does actually a good chunk of damage, and also super good at repositioning an enemy hero. You know, kicking them from safety into your backline. So
yeah,
I think Tusk have been playing around with that. I haven't seen him played as a core though. So potentially with Grimstroke Tusk, you're looking at 2 supports.
maybe
Grimstroke could be played mid. It's been done.
I like Tusk 3 actually because, you know, he's got initiation. His aghanims is so good that building it on a pos 3 I think is worth it. And like you said, I think it does a good chunk of damage, maybe 300. It doesn't. I don't know if it even says on the tooltip, but it's a decent chunk anyway. Especially as you then can snowball into them and then walrus punch them again after you blink kick to them. So, and the Winter Wyvern being picked, that's almost, well, I was gonna say almost certainly being played by Oak, but then somewhat does play it a lot too. So hard to say. But I guess walrus punch won't do any damage to a target in Cold Embrace, so that's always helpful. I'm guessing Tusk doesn't punch his allies, does he? If he primes his punch and then you Cold Embrace someone, not Cold Embrace, Winter's Curse someone next to him, does he go and yeet his ally, or does it hold it?
A good question. I have no idea. I assume he doesn't, but it would be funny if he did.
It would, yeah, just walk up and one-shot his support. Would be good. I mean, that wouldn't be a common situation because it would have to be almost perfect split-second timing. But it would be funny. Anyway, they're banning interesting range of heroes. They were seen in the pro scene just today as well. Juggernaut goes with Grimstrokes. That obviously makes sense. Doom's being played with boots first a lot of the time, even as a core. But that hero being banned. Puck is Puck. Absolutely. I don't know about Ursa. Is Ursa good against Winter Wyvern? A lot of kiting, cold embracing. I'm not sure. I wouldn't really want to play Ursa into Winter Wyvern.
Yeah, I mean, you can obviously build stacks up when they're cold embrace, but it's not really good against Wyvern or Wind Ranger. So I suppose actually it's not against it. It's they're banning it, right? So they don't
yeah, that's true. That makes sense.
But even then, it's not so bad against Grim or Tusk either. So yeah, interesting choice. Maybe just something they don't want to play against. I mean, who's playing pos 1 for Radiant? Potentially, I guess Roids probably.
Nat's played quite a lot of pos 1 in recent houses as well.
Yeah, it's going to be Nat Roids swapping between 1 and 2, right? With Mo Farah probably in 3.
He just played 3 in his ranked game. Yeah. Okay, so they've gone a Void Spirit, so I think that's a backwards hello kind of pick, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's an interesting one actually. I mean, their team's even more iffy when it comes to roles because I think they have a lot of support players. Miles will probably end up playing 3, is my guess.
Yeah, he does like 3, so that makes sense. Radish usually plays support in houses 3 or 4 or 5. JCA plays a lot of support, but Ted usually plays. You see him a lot on 3.
Yeah, he likes 3-4, but I imagine he might end up playing mid here and then putting backwards low on pos 1. But yeah, I think a bit interesting actually. Their roles and their team isn't particularly preferential for them. I think picking Void Spirit here as well, you've opened him up to be quite hard countered. And he's not the kind of hero anymore that's just strong enough to ignore that. He can get locked down very easily.
Yeah, his laning can be a little bit tragic if he's in a bad matchup. But they have banned Puck, who counts him throughout the game. They banned Ember Spirit, who does typically dominate him in lane. You can still pick lots of things to kill him in lane, like Lina, for example. But I think he'll probably be okay with most of the common matchups. He's good against Queen of Pain anyway, so that won't be one that counts him. Sand King, popular as ever, you can't really go wrong. If you do get a big Winter's Curse and Sand King hasn't ulted yet, well, it's the easiest setup of all time. So go for it. Reliable stun.
Yeah, people like it in in-houses. I mean, typically it's been said a lot in in-houses recently. When the enemy team goes Sand King, the other team looks to pick anti-mage, so they could deny pick AM here as a carry, and it's not a bad AM game.
It's not terrible, no. AM is quite good against Grimstroke because unless Grimstroke can get the sort of stealth jump or out of vision jump, you can reflect the Phantom Embrace so easily because you can see it coming. Anything that's really slow is easy peasy for anti-mage to dodge. Void Spirit's Ags is quite good against AM, but I don't know. I'd say, yeah, I agree with you that you are picking AM quite early then. They go Bloodseeker. Okay, Bloodseeker. Yeah, I can see some synergy. I guess you Tusk can roll people away safely if they're got Bloodseeker Rupture, but it's a good core. Why not?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Obviously, you're up to the Void Spirit. He's not going to want to use Astral Step because he's going to rip himself in half.
Yes, he will. That's true.
And you do have the setup off the back of Winter's Curse or the back of Sand King stuns for the Blood Right and the Silence, which is good. I don't love it, but I think it can have a very good game.
Yeah, do you know what? I've played POS 1 over the years, and so have you. Have either of us really played much Bloodseeker? I don't think I've ever played really him as a POS 1 Bloodseeker.
He's always been seen as a bit of a counterpick, right, to things like Slark or heroes with high mobility like Pangolier.
Pango, yeah.
So picking him in this game right now doesn't make the most sense to me. I mean, I think with the change to the patch, right, with the south change, any hero now that has built-in sustain or supportive healing have a lot of value in lane because you can't just feed your carry salves.
Yeah,
Bloodseeker does have that built-in sustain, so they have Wyvern and Bloodseeker. So this Bloodseeker is going to be in lane all the time.
Yeah, and just in general, I know that Oak tends to max out Cold Embrace, or at least put a couple points in it early. So there's going to be a lot of healing. Underlord makes sense. I think it's pretty good against Bloodseeker. If you are being ruptured, you can just gate away from him, and you'll be absolutely fine. Also, just against a really kind of slow melee hero like Bloodseeker, I know he can move quite fast, but he's got no dashes. Just root him, hit him with the Firestorm. You're going to do tons of damage. It's a good thing that do you remember the bug that they introduced last time the patch was released?
Yes.
Randall was doing 10 million % more damage. That was quite funny. No, but we're past that.
It looked like a lot of fun, but if you're not playing against it, obviously.
I don't know if they fixed the teleporting Roshan. I think they did. Because that's also quite funny.
I did see that. I don't know how it works, but I have seen.
You just anything that lifts the Rosh in the air. So if you use it, you tornado it, it just teleports him to the middle of the map. Does an auto attack and then just walks back to the cave. 2B was he playing Invoker? Just tornado the Rosh. It just teleported into mid and just did a hit. It's not worth it, right? I mean, first hit stun might be good, but like it's so RNG. It was funny though.
It's funny.
I like Underlord here. No, I really, really have enjoyed playing Underlord with Gate. His old ultimate was so dull, and the new one is so much fun. I know the enemy can see it on the minimap, but it's still great. You turn up at late game, I think it's 30% move speed, 30% damage reduction, 7-second durations. You can run around really fast. You're not going to die. It's just good. Just fun move. I like it. I really like it.
Yeah, I think if people haven't really used it to its full potential yet. They don't think about it. It's like a massive relocate for your entire team in a way.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because relocate you can see coming anyway, right? But this time, your team can go through it if they want to. They don't have to go through it. You can rescue people from base. You can take people who are in other lanes to you. It just means he's level 6. I mean, it's a skill. It's actually a skill. I felt like his old ultimate, you didn't even level at 6 half the time because it's just rubbish.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it was great for escaping team fights in the late game. That was basically it. Sometimes for split pushing. They've gone Rubik. Good spells to steal. Underlord spells, very nice. High amounts of damage. Void Spirit spells, not amazing. Tusk spells, hit and miss. Grimstroke spells, great. Amazing to take.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I expect this is going to be a Nat Rubik, right? So Rubik mid, Bloodseeker 1.
Yeah, give me that Rubik mid who gets the Aghanims, so you can actually have Pit of Malice and Firestorm and Lift. And the last pick already, very quick, Spectre. Okay, I played Spectre with you recently. That was quite a fun game.
Yeah, I think this hero is definitely on the up.
A little bit.
Changes to her. She has passive health through Gen now. I wish she used to have that before.
Yeah, a bit more.
And I think they made small changes to Dispersion. So now with a couple of points of Dispersion, you start with 5 HP regen in lane. You are kind of hard to push out.
Dispersion has a bigger radius of effect now, so it just does more damage in team fights, basically. Which is great for the late game, because the whole point of Spectre is it's quite hard to 1v1 her, because you do pure damage and you reflect damage back. It's like having a constant blade mail on, and now it's an even bigger radius. So yeah, shove yourself in the middle of the fight. I assume Dispersion works on the illusions, right? If you're smashing all the illusions, they're putting a little bit of Dispersion back out.
Yeah, potentially. I think because they lost Squisher, it's not a huge amount, but
still a bit.
I believe it does.
It's 100 bigger radius, I think. So it's actually fairly significant. Spectre's still a bit of a rubbish laner, but you just survive the lane, and can they do that? Yeah, I think against Sankey it might be a little bit tricky, but Spectre probably will be okay. We'll see. Oh, that guy's pretty good at Bloodseeker, as it turns out. 16-4. Oh,
there's going to be Mo POS 1. I guess Royd's POS 3 then?
Yeah, JCA's playing Underlord. Oh, what team is that for?
Yeah, it's backwards hello on Spectre and Ted on the Void Spirit.
You've got Royds on Rubik. So let's see what he's doing. So he's picked up some items looking like he's potentially going mid. Or is it Nat going to be mid Wind Ranger? Let's have a look. Nat is holding the ward, so probably a 250 gold. So Nat is going to be mid Wind Ranger. Royd is playing a support Rubik, plus 4 with the Sand King, and you're going to have Winter Wife and Bloodseeker, which was maybe predicted. Mofara is the one here. Interesting.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting that they've actually opted for the Wind Ranger mid over the Rubik, because I think it's actually a really decent Rubik mid game. I think he does really well into Void Spirit. Because I don't think Void Spirit can ever really kill you, but I worry more for Wind Ranger actually.
Yeah,
I mean, we'll see. I mean, Nat is obviously very comfortable on this hero, but
Wind Ranger is going to be okay against Void Spirit in lane, just because Void Spirit is really not very good against long-ranged heroes, because he's a melee, and he can go up and Resonant Pulse, but it just sucks playing a melee versus range when you're Void Spirit. So I think Nat will have a decent lane, although Nat can't really kill Void Spirit either, unless he gets 6 and Void Spirit is still 5. Even then, he can probably get away with Dissimulate. So we'll see. Any first blood action? Radiant are actually quite split, whereas Dire are 4 and 1. Obviously, backwards slow says no, thank you. I'm Spectre. It's just going to be a trade. Nothing exciting. Okay. People rotating. Just have a look at the lane matchups again. Spectre is being supported by a Grimstroke. Actually, you could go pretty aggressive potentially. No, Spectral Dagger in with the Inkswell. Spectre's already quite tanky. Dispersion, 8% reduction at rank 1. Well, maybe we'll see.
yeah, he hasn't gone for the there's the the stupid wand build that a lot of people were doing before the patch, where you build a magic wand in 3 branches and you just have so many stats that the harass doesn't matter, and you can buy a little bit of regen after. He's gone for a much more traditional build.
I don't think Radish is winning this. No, because Rubik has taken away quite a lot of damage. Even rank 1 Fadebot, which is only 14% reduction, it still helps with trading quite a lot. Taking away like 7 damage from the Grimstroke. Oh, someone's already level 2, that was quick. The whole wave without any Roids XP. Big Firestorm from JCA. JCA plays quite a lot of Underlord in these Inhouses. But if he's played with the new gate.
It should be interesting how this lane bottom goes. Will there be enough sustain to, as the Firestorm levels up, for the Bloodseeker to stay in the lane and farm? Are they going to ever be able to put any real pressure onto them?
I would say there is... I mean, Bloodseeker has a lot of sustain if he maxes Thirst. So I would say he's absolutely fine. Bloodseeker's a very hard hero to just harass out of lane. You have to kind of kill him.
Yeah, he's just sat there tanking the Firestorm, just hitting him in the face. As long as he knows he gets the CS, he's going to be completely fine.
Yep. I mean, what is that, 60 health per right click? I mean, Bloodseeker's a little bit interesting because it's not lifesteal. You have to get the kill. You don't get anything, and then you get it all at the kill. Yeah. But 60, that's rank 1 Thirst. That's a lot of healing. Yeah, that's actually nutty. I didn't realize how good Bloodseeker's sustain was. And look at the harassment done by Oak. These right clicks, just applying the Winter's Chill, the Arctic Burn. And it got massively buffed in the last patch, the major patch. 10-second duration instead of 8. This makes their laning so much better in Winter Wyvern, and they've got Cold Embrace. Wow, I think that's looking good for Mo Farah. "15 last hits on Somewhere." He is having a great time top lane. Ooh, Royd's going for the courier. Royd's actually going to die. I think Radish is going to straight up kill him. Maybe not. Stroke of Fate. I'm going to go for it. Okay, Royd's preemptively healed himself with a Fairy Fire anyway. I really think it could have gone for the kill, though, or at least harassed him down. He has got a salve. Stroke of Fate? Stroke of Fate? No. Gonna hold it. Do you know what maybe you could do against Bloodseeker instead? You could max Atrophy Aura and just get 1,000,000 right-click damage. And just deny everything. That could work.
Yeah, that could be interesting.
I think maybe I'd do that. 2 points Atrophy Aura, 15% damage reduction on the enemy. You get a lot of damage per creep kill. He has got Ring of Health. I do like, yeah, I like Ring of Health. On every offlaner, I think I go Ring of Health. I've even been going Vanguard Dawnbreaker as well.
That is something. I'm not sure I like that.
Yeah,
it does make you very tanky for sure.
That's the thing. If you can just like trade with, if you have Vanguard, you are untradeable essentially. Even the Pudge Pos 1 in the previous game went for Vanguard. I guess because it stacks with the block. Does it stack with the block ability? It must do, otherwise he
I
wouldn't
think
do it.
so.
Otherwise,
Yeah, I think the block
terrible.
ability is just flat block, right? It isn't based on Vanguard block.
So if you get both, I mean, you're basically not dying to right clicks as Pudge,
Yeah.
which is nice. And Vanguard's pretty cheap. I think it's under 2,000 gold these days, so it's a very, very cheap item. But if you are having a good game, then yeah, obviously going for a more damagey item. It looks like they're trying to get a kill on backward slow, but he's going to be fine. Just ink swirled away. But somewhat is having a great time. But actually, backward slow is still keeping up with last hits. 24 last hits. He's doing fine. 2 points of dispersion, so he's gone as tanky as he possibly can. Which I guess
Yeah,
makes
this is
sense.
the build right now. You completely avoid Desolate because it doesn't really help you farm.
Or help in lane.
Yeah, exactly. Unless you're like really isolating one target and hitting them, there's no real value point to it. Even when you hit level 6, it's not enough damage to make it worth it. It's better to just kind of tank up.
It's great late game though, or even mid game. That's where pretty much all your damage comes from. And then yeah, early game I would do the same. Did you go 3 points dispersion, or would you get another spectral dagger?
I would say it depends how the lane's going. Against the Sanking, probably the extra point in dispersion, but
yeah, dispersion goes up to 20% damage reduction. That's a lot of damage reduction, like constantly. On top of not terrible armor on Spectre. I mean, that's already 8 armor at level 4.
yeah, this hero sustain the lane now is super good.
Yeah, you need
Once
to
you have kind of the 3 points or even 2 points in dispersion, it's really hard to push you out of lane.
You need to have someone very aggressive to push a Spectre lane. Backwards hello, might not have any regen, but full HP. Just vibing. Went for a 3rd point Spectral Dagger. So it means they can go aggressive if they want to. Probably have a chance to go on the Sanking there. They're not going to. Fighting under rank 3 Sandstorm really hurts as well. Bot lane, you've got a bit of a rotation. That's backwards hello. No, it's Ted. Ted who's called backwards slow, very confusing. But Mo Farah, he's not dying. He's sitting in the cold embrace. He's unfortunately going to die. He runs away.
No, it's so fast.
He actually got away. The cold embrace was enough to keep him alive, and then he TP's out. Wow, what a good play in the bot lane. I think the cold embrace just enough to keep him alive, and then he zipped out 1,000 move speed, and they didn't have any stun left.
Yeah.
So beautiful. That was a rotation, and all the mana used from Void Spirit, so Nat just going to be farming. Actually, it was a little bit behind in last hits. Now Nat's caught up because of the rotation.
Yeah, unfortunate failed gank. I mean, the Bloodseeker does miss out on about a pre-wave probably of XP, but maybe dying would be the same. But you do prevent the kill, and that's obviously important.
Yeah, but Oak's picking up a couple of levels. That's fine.
Yeah, quickly.
There you go. There's the slow onto JC. In comes the silence. And as you know, more and more move speed, the lower they get. Every right click, Mafara is getting faster. And that's actually first blood. Nearly 7 minutes into the game. He comes back to the lane, instantly gets a kill. Wow. That's only rank 1 blood right. Actually, blood right does not scale in damage very well at all. Does almost all of its damage in the first rank.
It is pure, so that's the only thing it has going for it over a lot of spells, but...
That's true. What is going on mid? Looks like they did manage to get a kill on that. That's really helpful for Ted. So second kill happening in the mid lane.
And for a Falcon Blade on Windranger. Interesting.
Yeah, Witchblade on the Void Spirit Witchblade seems to be massively the meta at the moment for pretty much every hero, and I mean that's fair enough. It is quite a nice item, but I was surprised to see the Falcon Blade, especially when you already have Bottle and a Magic Wand. Is Windranger that desperate for mana regen? I guess the answer's probably yes.
Yeah, because he likes spamming his power shot to farm hit creep camps kind of thing, so the extra mana will help.
Yeah, I mean, it gives right-click damage, which is always good for Windranger because she is a right-clicker at the end of the day, and they do get a kill on Oak in the bot lane. It's a bit of revenge. It's always nice. It's the only problem with the Underlord is that tag team, you know, you're not really a fast right-clicker on the Underlord hero. But then what offlaner is, I suppose.
Gank top lane.
Here he is. Nice stun from Somewhat. Is he going to get off the epicenter? He is. It's going to be a pretty much instant kill onto Radish. Is Royd's going to get away? Nope, second Astral Step. He's going to go down. I have 2 Astral Steps had to be used. I love that backpack Blitz Knuckles. Very useful. Out comes the Shackle. Into the ultimate. Easy kill for Nat. Backward slow. I think he's okay. Somewhat goes
they use the
yeah.
Focus Fire on the Void Spirit, so there's no way it's going to be up. I think this is the thing with the Falcon Blade. It's going to delay any kind of Maelstrom timing.
Oh, power shot completely missed. Unfortunate. Yeah, having 12 damage from Falcon Blade and getting a little bit tankier. Javelin is so much more damage. Okay, he's going for Diffusal first. I really like Diffusal on Spectre, especially because it's so cheap, but it doesn't help you farm. That's the only problem.
Yeah, it's very aggressive. So maybe they're looking to make early plays.
Yeah. I mean, I like that. Spectre has the ability to turn up to plays. As soon as you have that diffuser blade, you're pretty much deadly. You know,
it also helps you, at least you're burning mana through Cold Embrace, for example, which is nice. You can completely delete a hero's mana pool.
That's
but
true.
I mean, Desolate does damage as well through it because it's pure damage, so Manta as well would almost be better in that scenario. It's an interesting one. I think the typical Spectre build nowadays is Manta first.
Oh, JCA is dead. He's been ruptured. He tries to TP out. He actually just TPs out. The second rupture goes in, he TPs out. Doesn't have gate, so we'll have to walk back to lane. There's no Cold Embrace. Oh, sorry, Winter's Curse. If there was Winter's Curse.
I wonder where Roids was, because he turned up from the tier 1 tower, so maybe he was on a big wraparound and they just went in too early.
Yeah, perhaps. Not many last hits in the game at the moment. Actually, somewhat the only hero with only player with a decent amount. He goes in with the stun. He's revealed his Blink Dagger. Follow-up Shackle. Oh, if only he had a Javelin. No, Roids. This is why Roids was here. In with the Fade Bolt. Wow, Fade
I think
Bolt
Roids thought they had the kill, so he didn't use his lift, but luckily he didn't double step on Void Spirit.
He wanted the kill. Wanted the kill.
Yeah, obviously.
Well, interestingly, this game seems pretty close. 4 kills to 3. But actually, Radiant have a 3k gold lead already. I mean, look at the net worth. Pretty tragic. Even though Ted did manage a couple of kills, 2-2-0, he's only got 3.4k net worth. And we know JCA's been struggling a little bit in this lane, but I didn't realise Radiant had 3 heroes on top, and both their cores were on top. Rubik is quite fed. Looks like there's going to be a Shaka into JCA, followed up with the Silence. Loads of burst damage coming out from Oak. And that's going to be a pretty straightforward kill. Nat had a double damage rune, so who needs a Javelin when you got DD? Oh, he will get a kill into Roids. Look at the two remnants. I didn't realize Rubik makes his own one. That's very cool.
Facing away from each other. It's very early grouping up from Radiant. I think they know that they're a little bit ahead and pushing their advantage. They have good early damage. And the other team is a Spectre, right? So you don't want to take the game too late. I think Bloodseeker doesn't scale that well against Spectre.
No, Bloodseeker's never going to 1v1 a Spectre. I mean, Bloodseeker actually can do quite a lot of damage. But late game, I mean, Spectre has been king for a very long time. I don't know, I'm still a bit worried. Even though Radiant do have the early lead, I think Dire have a good shot at this, because their late game is pretty scary. And Spectre nearly with the Diffusal Blade, so we'll be able to turn up to these fights. Level 8 on Spectre as well. We'll see.
They're looking for a kill in top lane. They have the Sand King blink.
Yeah, Spectre's left. Backwards hose line. Nope, I'm out of there. Radish trying to pick up a little bit of XP. Probably get killed by the Sand King. Been pinged. There's 4 heroes from the Radiant rotating up now. Radish in a lot of trouble. Royd's trying to go in. Somewhat trying to go in as well, but rank 2 stun is not good. He does get the lift. Then there's the stun. Just about got range. Stealing spell from Radish as well. Radish actually gets the ultimate off. But I don't think there's enough follow-up. There is a gate in the top lane. JCA turns up. Are they going to go with the Warrior's Punch? No, Phantom Embrace stolen by Rubik. Means that he can't get the Warrior's Punch. Now he gets the punch up. Is there enough damage to kill Roids? I don't think it is. Winter's Curse to hold Tusk in place just for a little bit. JCA tries to go back through the gate. But the Sand King goes through the gate. Someone actually goes through the gate to chase JCA, who didn't go through the gate, but JCA is still going to die. Dissimulate stolen by Roids, so he does manage to escape. They're going to try and kill Roids. Amazing telekinesis by him. But Farah is here. Right-clicking. He does have a Maelstrom. He's getting faster and faster. He gets a kill. This was went so badly for the Dire. I suppose the only thing is Spectre didn't die. But, whew, a lot of kills.
Such a messy fight. I think they kind of went on very different targets. The Void Spirit Spectre tried to dive the Bloodseeker, who simply just ran away. So maybe a little bit of miscommunication. Yeah, it was funny that the Sand King took the portal and then tried to take it back and it despawned, so he just took himself out of the fight.
Yeah, that is quite funny. But now he's in the bot lane. Nat getting a kill on Underlord. It's going to be a very, very nice quick kill. He's got a Javelin now on Nat, so the damage is here.
Yeah, the early Falcon Bait's been traded off for the fact that he's been in 5 kills or 4 kills, so his net worth is sitting pretty well. But the Sand King's still topping it. The offlaner is currently on top.
Yeah, he's been on top pretty much the entire game. 2-0-4. He's had a very early Blink Dagger, then went for Arcane Boots, but he's going to build it into the early Lotus Orb. Lotus Orb makes sense when the Silence is going to come out from the Void Spirit eventually. That's going to be helpful. Gets you out of the root from Underlord, gets you out of most of... Grimstroke's Phantom as well, very helpful. It looks like there's a smoke from the Dire. They see the Radiant, they see Roids. Are they going to jump on Roids? Yes, they are, but Roids has Dissimulate. Oh, they don't get the right Dissimulate. Beautiful Winter's Curse, keeping Roids alive. Roids steals the exact same spell that he already has. But what a play from Oak, saving Roids.
Yeah, it's such an unfortunate smoke. They had the vision on them and they just didn't know what to do.
Oak broke,
jump on?
Oak broke the smoke by accident, but the Radiant still have 3 heroes here. They're going to go in with the stun. They have the follow-up. Dissimulate. Oh, no. Dissimulate into Dissimulate back, so we'll be okay. He's going to have to jump away, though. Nat's looking for the kill.
See him.
No, he's going to be fine. He's healed up loads. I hear the Rupture, though, in the mid lane. They're going to absolutely delete Radish. Is he going to TP out in time? No, he's not, because Freud gets the Fade Bolt. And there's a Snowball, but you can't Snowball Mufara. He's way too fast. And Tusk does get the Walrus Punch, but I think he's going to go down the speed of Mofara. 600 move speed. That's 100 above haste. And backwards hello. Didn't have Haunt. Is holding a Diffusal Blade, but that is another kill. 7k net worth at 14 minutes. This is such a fast game.
Such a rough position to be in as a Void Spirit when you're behind. I mean, your cores which need to make space for the Spectre are Void Spirit Underlord, and both of them without any farm are kind of very weak. Especially Underlord, he just becomes this sort of big meaty slug that can take a beating. So
well, he's going to get Atos. That could make a big difference. It's a very, very powerful item on him. And, you know, none of them have BKBs. Atos, the Bloodseeker, keep him in place. Atos Wind Ranger, so she wind runs and does nothing.
It's only a temporary fix, though. They're going to need more, and they kind of need it soon. Nat's now got his Maelstrom. He's looking for a kill on backwards hello.
I think backwards hellow's going to be okay. Very tanky hero. It's a lot of damage, though, actually. Out comes the gate. Someone comes in as well. They do get the kill, but they got the punch onto Nat, and they're going to hold him inside the base. Inside the tower. They do get the kill. This is good. Radiant have overextended there. Out comes the Winter's Curse. It's a good Winter's Curse. But unfortunately, it's not going to get them a kill. It does allow them to escape with Mofara, but that's 3 kills for the Spectre. I think that's going to be worth it. Especially as Haunt is now up. Let's have a look. Yeah, 1,600 gold for the Dire.
Yeah, she didn't get any XP, though. I think she died first before anyone else did. So while they're assist gold, no XP gold.
That's a
no
good
XP
point.
reward.
Yeah.
So that's kind of sad. Level 9 at 15 minutes is not the position you want to be in, but back to hitting creeps we go.
Yeah, it's not the ideal situation, but Haunt ready in case there is another fight they want to turn up to. Wonder what talent he'll go at level 10. 5 to all stats does sound nice, especially when you're a little bit behind, but then -4 second cooldown on Spectral Dagger is also incredible.
Yeah, it's 25% CDR. It's really significant, actually.
I think it's better, yeah. I reckon that's better. 5 stats that's nothing when you get into the mid-game.
The 5 stats seems very tempting because stats and Spectre scale so well with Dispersion. You become tanky, you do more damage. So you really like that. It's 100 health, I think, and effectively it's like 120 health, right?
Yeah,
so that sounds good.
Yeah, yeah, it depends. I suppose if I'm getting into a 20-minute game or 30-minute game, I'd much rather have a way lower cooldown dagger than 5 stats when I've got 100 plus stats. It's the same for where I feel in Juggernaut. They're going to go on Mofara. This is going to be a very good kill. Inkswell. Oh, look, and they've got the Atos. They have so much CC for him. Massively overkilled it, but they still get the kill. Doesn't matter. Nice, solid kill. And that is a kill streak ended. That's, 710 gold? Yet somehow Radiant's net worth seems to be still increasing. I don't know if they're just farming a lot better. I have to look at the last hit situation. Doesn't seem terrible. But anyway, a kill is a kill. Radiant's still got plenty of net worth, but killing the top net worth here is going to help. And Nat nearly got the BKB. Oh, not nearly, actually. He's working on it. Atos is good.
Going to be so hard to lock Nat down once he has the BKB. I think the Tusk needs to play really smart here with the Snowball. I expect he's going to want to try and go towards Blink, but it's going to be a while.
It finally glyphed the tower. Took over half the HP. There's going to be a stun onto the Tusk, or miss the Stroke of Fate, so they're just going to back off. Do they want to go in?
They're looking for it.
Yeah, it's going to be a stun. Lovely double stun. They're going to go onto Rhodes as well. Can he steal a spell? No, he can't. The Cold Embrace. Ah, no, Winter's Curse. Absolutely fantastic play. Rhodes is going to be absolutely fine. This is a huge turnaround, but Backwards has turned up. Tries to get the kill onto Wyvern, who this time doesn't have any Cold Embrace, so it's still looking good for the Dire. Rhodes is going to go down to JCA, and that is pretty low. They've used the Rupture. Turning around, doing a lot of damage. Stun coming up from somewhat. The damage Mofara does. What a turnaround for the Radiant. And now they are still chasing. Nice route. Do they have enough damage to kill Mofara? They're going to try actually another turn. This fight has had sort of 3 or 4 acts, but then they get the epicenter. Another set of kills for the Radiant. JCA, though, is going to get a kill. Somewhat going down. What is this fight? 4 kills for 4 kills. You've got both mid heroes alive. There are about 3 or 4 parts to that fight. You couldn't tell who was winning at any stage, and he's actually just going to run. The power shot goes out. It almost hits. It wouldn't have killed him quite, but it would have so close. Wow.
Crazy fight overall. Yeah, big. I would say to win for the die. The fight recap agrees 1,000 gold advantage, 500 XP. So
wow, even for equal
happy.
number of kills. Yeah, that's good. I guess any fight which goes equal always benefits the team who are behind.
Yeah.
So, and that was a really, really good cold embrace on Roids, because the Walrus Punch did not finish him off, and then he was able to, you know, fade bolt, survive a little bit longer. Great Winter's Curse. Very nice Wyvern play. But then Spectre came into quite a lot of damage. Even with only 2 items, it's a lot of damage, Spectre. Even 1 rank Desolate, when that gets to sort of rank 4, it's going to be much better. Not sure what level 15 talent you take, because 12 Desolate damage does add up, but anyway, there's a fight going on in the jungle. Let's have a look. Big Walrus Punch onto Oak, but not sure they're going to get a kill. They've used both Astral Steps, so Ted realizes, yeah, I can't fight this, sorry, I have to go back.
Have a mechanism up on Underlord now, so the Dire's team fight just got a little bit more scary. Super good against heroes like Sanking, who have a lot of AoE bursts. You just kind of heal everything up equally.
Yeah, it's a really big heal. 275 heals, nothing to scoff at when you're giving it to every single hero. They're going to go on that. It's just straight up kill. No, it's not.
Oh, not enough.
Oh, they didn't have the second Astral. Oh, if the shards got him, it would have been great. He immediately uses the haste rune. And that is just going to be healed up to full. Look at Oak has gone for max rank Cold Embrace already, which I actually think can be a pretty good way to play Wyvern. Anyways, big heals. Do you remember when that used to be so much stronger? The heal still seems strong, but it used to do like almost twice that healing. It had an amazing level 10 talent, which she has taken, to be fair. 25 health regen, Cold Embrace.
Yeah, as a support, I think, especially the way that Oak plays it, the healing makes a lot of sense. The damage, I think, is really good if you're ahead, though.
That's going in. Jackal onto JCA. Going to get the ultimate off. He does have mech. He's still got Atos. They're backing off. Is JCA the only person there? He is. But they're still worried. Backwards slow just chilling in the top
because
lane.
of the lack of vision, that would have to commit quite far into the tree line, and he might end up getting caught. He hasn't quite got his BKB yet. I'm sure he wants to finish that.
Fair enough. JCA is going to look for the Guardian Greaves. Quite nice to dispel. Well, there isn't actually a lot to be dispelled in this game. But Guardian Greaves is an improvement on mech. I think it has a lower cooldown than mech as well. Let's quickly check that. Guardian Greaves. Yeah, it does have a low cooldown. So it is an improved mech in every way. Do you have anyone in chat at the moment who's... I know I've got 6 viewers, but I want to know if my overlay, the sort of Suns fans system where you can cursor over abilities and click on heroes and see their item build. I saw that in the DPC. I do have that enabled on my channel, but I've not seen it. Can you click on a hero and see their items at the top?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I put it on my channel absolutely ages ago, and it used to be a little bit buggy, but obviously it still works, and it's so good. Every channel should have that, honestly. It's the fact that you can click and see the items when you're watching a cast means you don't have to, go in game or go, oh, please go cursor over, Radish. I want to see what the Grimstroke's gone. Yeah, I forgot that was on my channel. It's very nice, and it's free and it's super easy to install. They've seen that he doesn't have BKB. It's time to engage on him. Here we go, Inkswell. Oh, there's a lot of damage. They get the Atos. Now it's going to go down. No chance for him to survive. They've dropped the ultimate. It's now chained onto Mofara. Mofara has used the rupture, but backwards hello in there. Going to continually chase Oak, but Oak is going to be able to 4-staff out. That's Roids with the 4-staff. So they get 2 kills, but this is looking very good for the Dire now. Getting a kill on Nat, the net worth of backwards hello slowly creeping up. He's gone the full Manta now, and he's got 3 points of Desolate, soon to become 4. Yeah, this is good. Backwards hello caught not backwards hello, Ted. Ted caught up in levels, and he's nearly got E-Blade. E-Blade is so good on Void Spirit.
It's going to be interesting, though. The Bloodseeker has just finished a BKB. Wind Ranger obviously 300 gold away from her own, so there's going to be 2 BKBs on Radiant very soon. And 1 dead Roids.
Yeah, completely collapsed. And then a random dust, celebratory dust. Is that E-Blade money? Nearly. He's about 100 gold from E-Blade. In fact, he has it now. 5 gold. Oh, that's going to do so much more damage. They get the Atos. And then they trap him in the shards. And then they trap him again, but Mofara does have the BKB. You talking about the BKBs in the fight. It's the first BKB fight. Bakuso needs to leave. JCA goes through the bolt. It actually gets out. Okay, they're going to lose a Tusk. But that is a BKB reveal. Mofara, please don't end up in the enemy bit. Are they all going in the base? No, they know that. They know that that's a bad call. I didn't realize there's a timer above the portal. That's really handy. I don't know if that's for casters or for everyone.
I don't remember seeing that normally.
No, I definitely don't. That's great for casters, though. Thank you for putting that in the game.
Yeah, I think that fight could have gone a lot better for Radiant. They didn't quite have Rupture. It was like 5-second cooldown when the fight started. I think if they had that, then the Void Spirit 100% is dead. Like, there's no way he gets out of there alive. So a little bit of unfortunate timing. Spectre now is 1,000 gold behind the Mudseeker in second place, and I think is feeling pretty confident. Finished Manta now, so Ags will be next up.
Going for Aghanim's interesting. So not going for that sort of weird either Orchid Ags or what's it called? The one that chops twice. Silver. Echo Saber, yeah. Going for first Diffusal Manta, sort of old school Spectre, then going Ags. I mean, Ags is amazing. It's like having your ult on no cooldown. JCA is in a little bit of trouble. He instantly tries to TP out, but unfortunately he's not quick enough. He realizes he's in a poor position, is going to get killed by now. He's actually surprisingly tanky, but here he's not bought a lot of tanky items, but still going to be brought down. And Dire, they do not want to look for a fight now because they've just lost JCA. And his Atos is really helping them out. The back off there. Oh, they're going to go in. Radiant, they get the 3-man stun. This is absolutely huge. They do stun the Epicenter, but then just goes into Epicenter again. They all need to leave. There's going to be 2 deaths. Back, so going to try to escape before they make it 3. He's going to TP out. They don't see it.
Wow, that's so lucky. But yeah, MVP this ward up on in the Dire triangle that's been placed a little bit earlier. Sees them all rotating out, and beautiful blink stun from somewhat.
Yeah, that's
starts the fight off.
Yeah, it was really good. But the 8k net worth difference, obviously 8k is less and less of a percentage difference as the game goes on. If you're winning the game, that 8k should go 9k, 10k, 11k. So Dire actually holding on really well. Void Spirit, he does have the E-Blade. He's not going for Aghanim's early, which is interesting. I really like Aghanim's on Void Spirit. I would be going at second item every game, even first item sometimes. But yeah, he's going to delay a little bit. They do take a tier 2 tower, first tier 2 tower of the game, but like I said, Dire have plenty of time. They're not being hurried by the Radiant, this is the thing. Lots of time to farm, get the items that they need. Nearly got Guardian Greaves up. Very, very expensive recipe. But it is a nice item. And Dire are actually going to smoke because they do have Haunt. What is the cooldown of the Aghanims, by the way? It's like 30 seconds?
Yeah, 30, 40, something like that.
I love that. They felt like what Spectre needed was, you know, that 140-second cooldown. What if it was 30? Yeah, that sounds good. Oh, they're going to go for a kill. They do have Haunt. Are they actually going to need it? They're going to get a kill on Roids anyway. Oak's looking for the opportunity to ult, but may have just got herself killed. There's the E-Blade going onto Tusk to keep him alive. When's the Spectre Haunt going to come out? Not going to be used at the moment. Shackle onto Radish.
Not liking how the fight's going. I think they've used a lot of their spells. Well, actually, I say that. They've only used the Grimstroke ulti.
And they got a kill on Roids, but okay, they're going to back off. That's fair enough. I mean, Spectre's just getting some free farm in the top lane, so that's fine. Getting closer to Ags, then you can turn up to every single fight. I think when you use your Aghanims... oh, my game's frozen? Oh, that was weird.
This sentry is so unfortunate. It's just outside the Observer.
Oh, yeah. It's so close.
I think Radish will find it.
So close.
Oh, no.
Not going to get the ward, though. Not going to get the ward. That ward is the MVP ward. A third sentry. How many sentries?
One more.
Okay. No, I mean, that is hilarious. We have to talk about that later.
If they watch the replay and they see this, they're going to feel so bad.
What a
They've
ward.
literally placed it around it.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Welcome to the benefit of Gem, eh?
Yeah,
Walk about and go, oh, there it is. The Gem's active is really nice as well. The warding is so quick. Longer do you have to drop the gem on the floor and risk it being destroyed? So someone is going for Aghanims.
They actually need to nerf Rubik's Arcane Supremacy. This extra cast range is ridiculous. You just place that ward in the camp from like the edge of the Roche pit.
Yeah, I mean, oh, there's going to be an attempted kill into Sand King. It's nearly enough damage to kill him, but not quite. He's going to be healed up. Looks like Void Spirit is going to fall because of that. Oh no, backward slow's turned up. That was a mistake. He is going to be able to escape. The snowball in, but is that the right play? I don't think so. He gets immediately shackled and he's going to go down. Bit of a miscommunication there. At least Spectre got out. But that is the full haunt used. Aghanims is very close, so he'll probably have Aghanims before he gets his next haunt up.
Yeah, most likely.
But yeah, not the play they wanted. Losing the Void Spirit, not ideal. They're now going to take Roche. I guess you give it to Mo Farah.
I think this is the problem with the E-Blade on Void Spirit, is that if he doesn't kill someone, he's probably used both steps. Also, he doesn't get the auto attack on his step right if they're E-Bladed, he only gets the pop damage. So it's actually quite an interesting item. I know he likes Spellamp and it scales with his talent at 20, but he has no defensive item. If he commits 2 steps in a fight and gets caught, he's dead. There's just nothing he can do.
Yeah, the sort of pseudo defensive item which tends to be bought instead of E-Blade is the Kaya Sanj, which at least gives you a big chunk of HP and 20%. Yules also works, and then BKB tends to be a good item on everybody these days. But no, you're right. He has gone full damage. So if he commits everything, he's dead, which is, well, was what happened.
It looks like he's going for travels now as well. He's even bought the shards, so he's like all in on doing damage.
Oh, he is. He's all in burst damage. He didn't go Aghanims, which is what he maybe should have done, because that is a lot of burst damage. 300 more damage per fight.
It's just the silence as well. Against something like the Wyvern, it can really break up the flow of the fight if you're being silenced for like 2 seconds twice.
Yeah, even if you overlap them.
Sanking and Rubik, like, they have a really hard time dealing with it.
Oh, they found the Tusk. It's going to be a very easy kill. They actually dropped the focus fire. I don't know if they want to fight that. They don't have Haunted Spectre. Jace is dead, unfortunately. Sorry to say. There's the Rupture, and he doesn't get shackled, actually. Does get stunned. Radiant are just getting pick-off after pick-off, and it's really starting to hurt the Dire. Although Backward Slow is just happily farming in the other lane. He has the Aghanims now coming towards him. So I was right. He did actually get his Aghanims up before the Haunt cooldown.
Yeah.
But now he needs some actual damage, because unfortunately Aghanims gives very little damage to Spectre. What does it do? It fires off a Spectral Dagger, and he didn't even take the Spectral Dagger talent. So...
Yeah, you do get the Desolate damage on the illusion that you create, so that's the trade-off. I think you've got to think that... Will the illusion that I fire off, am I instantly going to Haunt on it? In which case the Desolate damage will maybe be more useful than the Dagger damage, because I'm going to hit plus potentially my Manta.
Yeah, if you Manta in, yeah, fair enough. I mean, I think
the Dagger used to be 200 almost. I think they really nerfed that Dagger damage talent.
Yeah, 340. I think it was maybe 120 Spectral Dagger talent. It doesn't do a lot of damage to the Dagger. You're better off right-clicking. And Radiant have taken another tower. But the thing is, they've not taken any racks. They're not really threatening racks. And Dire, the longer the game goes on, the better, right? Every Bloodseeker item is scary, but every Spectre item is scarier. They're going for Heart. It's really the full tank build. I don't know, maybe Heart is the option though. It is a very nice item on Spectre, and of course there's a 350 health talent, which is incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a toss-up between Heart and Skadi. A lot of them go Skadi nowadays. They're going to try and go onto Roids, but Ross steals Astral Step and he's gone.
Yeah, and here's a Blink Dagger. That is the spell to steal if you're playing Rubik, to be fair. I mean, he would be absolutely clobbered by an Aghanims on Void Spirit. Wow, and that just goes straight in. Instant kill on the Void Spirit. Look at that. Blink BKB. Nothing Radish can do. They've got no Glimmer Cape and no Force Staff. Big power shot. Nice use of stick. But that's a massive kill. Natch is just absolutely terrifying on this hero. Knows that. Well, it's a free kill. Barely has any damage items. Now he is going a proper damage item.
It's again the deep wards. It's unfortunate that... I mean, they probably shouldn't be walking into their jungle with absolutely no vision at this point when they have, they see the bottom half of the map and they don't see any Radiant heroes. But I think vision this game has been key. They've placed some really good wards and they've been rewarded by fighting underneath them. Yeah,
there have been some fantastic wards. Oh, they dropped the Grimstroke ulti on Mofara. Mofara is going to ult JCA, who probably can try and gate away. No, he can't. They're going to dive, and they have used the glyph. A lot of damage going in, but it's going to be good. JCA actually survives, then he walks a little bit and does fall. Thank you, Ollie, for the resub. Bit of a fight going on here. Somewhat has gone very, very deep. Does have a stun. Nice shackle from that. That is going to get themselves another few, because the only hero alive is the Spectre. They did manage to get a kill on the Bloodseeker, but that still is Radiant favored. They have a lot of lockdown, this team, and they're still holding the Winter's Curse. Yeah, this is looking pretty rough now. Shackle doesn't.
Can they walk high ground though? I don't think they can. I think Balcatalo is tanky enough to hold this now. So minimal tower damage. They kill the Bloodseeker. He just commits a little bit too far. The team can't get there to save him. I think that's all it's going to be.
I love that Royd has Haunt. It's such a good spell to have. Just
global
Rubik now. He can just be farming and just turn up in the fight with Rubik illusions everywhere. Oh, he's going to Haunt. Yeah, and he's left. Oh, and then he's back here again. Oh, he's back. Is he going to die? Yeah, he's going to die. Wow. Yeah, he kept going back and forth between the two deadliest heroes on the map. And he ended up feeding the kill to Ted. Sorry, no, not the backwards Tele. Now he has a spell amplification, so a little bit more burst damage. Is he still going to go travels? I think 2k gold. I'd be just saving up for the Aghanims, honestly.
Yeah, I think at this point you're not really going to be using the boots of travel effectively enough. They do have Void Spirit and the Shadow Step, so if Oak shows on this wave, she might end up getting gone on. But there is a Sand King lurking nearby. He's already got that Radiance. That's a level 15 talent, that radius. Look how big that freaking sandstorm is.
125 radius. What? That's massive.
250 extra diameter. Like, what the hell?
That is mad. 775 radius. Wow, that covers a lot.
And then you get the 25 talent with the 35% slow, and you're just like, how do I fight into this? You just can't fight into it.
That 25 talent is so good for the late game, especially for like taking fights in the high ground.
Yeah, it's busted.
If you can wait for the BKBs to run out and you drop that sandstorm, that's it. Core's deleted. Oh, looks like a TP in. Royd has Boots of Travel, and he has now stolen the Pit of Malice. And that is ulting the illusion. That Spectre Illusion is getting absolutely deleted. And it looks like JC is not able to take his gate home. He's going to try, but unfortunately, when you're stunned...
Sorry, got instantly shackled.
Oh dear. Well, that's unfortunate. And it looks like...
They're all going through it into stuns.
No, this is not a good gate. That is the gate of death. No. And Tusk is going to die too. It was just one after another after another. If they all came through exactly at the same time, the big damage reduction from the gate and this move speed might have been enough. But it was one after another after another. I think that's probably sealed the game.
They actually all came through the gate and immediately got stunned by something that wasn't targeted at them. They just happened to be there. That's so unfortunate.
Yeah, that didn't go to plan. There's a buyback from JCA, which is good because he's a very good tower defense hero. He probably should consider his shard. It does so much damage on that hero. Oh, he gets picked up. He makes the mistake of going too close. It is going to be a Spectre Horn, but I mean, what can Spectre do? 1 versus 5. Nothing is the answer. I love how aggressive Radiant are playing. They're just diving at every opportunity, and it looks like it's going to be a pretty easy set of racks. Maybe 2 lanes.
Yeah, the Underlord dieback is pretty rough. Like you said, he's pretty much all their base defense, and without him, they're going to get at least 2 lanes. Actually, they can't get the 3rd because there's a tier 2 in bottom.
Yeah, 2 lanes, but they're not going to take
definitely be looking to go mid.
Backwards Hello's in trouble. Oh no. Oh no. There's so many travels on this team. He's going to go down. He's tanky. He does have Spectral Dagger, but there's no one to dagger too, and that is going to be a kill on Spectre. A very rare kill. But do you see 3 Boots of Travel on the Radiant team? So they all mobilize immediately, and he goes, damn it. And he can't TP out in time. Wow, I like the travels. I like the triple travels. That's really cool when you're ahead. Even on the Rubik and the Sankey.
Yeah, the Rubik one is very greedy. The Sankey one is a little bit greedy, but you are pos 3, so it's like, it's fine. But Royd's with it. It's so greedy, but it's working because they're so far ahead.
Yeah, he's got 4-star Blink Dagger, and he's holding Pit of Malice. Yeah. So.
He's just a very farmed Rubik, enjoying the game. I think he should definitely go for the Aghanims now. If he gets Firestorm with the Aghanims, it's insane.
Yeah. There's some good spells to take.
You can literally just try and hold Firestorm the entire game because it's that good.
It's so much damage. He should pick up his shard as well. This is good in general. Rubik goes straight in. Look at the pass range of his Blink Dagger, and they kill Tusk immediately. Using the Focus 5, they're going to call worse. There's no Spectre for 20 seconds, no buyback as well. BKB is used by Nat, so they will be able to hold.
Yeah, Nat does have to be careful. I mean, he does have the Wyvern save if the Void Spirit tries to commit, and I think by now it's doing so much healing that, yeah, it's a pretty good save. They're just going to go back. He actually bought the Shard on Wyvern, which is, I think it's a really underrated a Shard. It's not only does it lower the cooldown, but the Splinter Blast you get off it as well is super good.
Oh, Radish is going to go down very quickly. 4-star saving him. Somewhat goes in. JCA going to be okay. No, get shackled to something. Can barely see what he's shackled to. Nice E-Blade. Keep him safe for a little bit, but he's stuck in the Pit of Malice. And then the blink in from the Tusk, who tries to get the snowball, but isn't able to. And then immediately just gets killed. Look at the damage. Mofara is going to fall, actually. Actually, this is a lot of damage dealt by the Spectre. Is somewhat going to go down? This would be a really nice kill. And they do get the kill. A couple of lag spikes there. I know Dota has been lagging in the the current patch. People have been complaining about that. First time I've seen it, but Anyway, very nice kill, but might be a little bit too late. They've got... Oh, they actually still have 2 lanes of racks. They never went for the mid one. Spectre level 22. Probably has Heart of Tarask now. So that is a tanky Spectre.
Yep, 4k health.
Needs to get level 25. Level 25 Spectre is so much tankier.
That was actually an interesting... because Nat used his BKB earlier, that he couldn't commit to that fight. He didn't want to go in without his BKB. So for a fight that looked really good, they didn't then have the follow-up from the Wind Ranger. They couldn't get in.
Yeah, exactly. BKB having a cooldown. Yeah, it means that if you know they've used BKB, you have a much larger window to punish it.
Every coin helps.
Which is obviously very good.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Tier 4 items.
To defend itself.
Couple of levelers. Leveler for Spectre, giving 5 extra armor. Very nice. Going for Basher on Spectre now. I do quite like Basher, actually. They need a bit more lockdown. Void Spirit level 23. He still hasn't got his Aghanims, though. He does have buyback, and if he wants to save buyback, he's not getting Aghanims for the next fight. Do you just buy out because of how good that item is? Probably not, but I would be tempted.
Yeah, I think you'd be tempted. I think you're right. I think probably not. It's better to have another rotation of spells than an extra Resonant Pulse. Even if it's silent. Oh,
Yeah.
Oak?
I don't think Oak's going to die. Glimmer Cape. Oh, the Shacklet still followed.
What?
Look how much damage. Died in about 1 second. That's
I'd be
actually
fuming.
crazy. That right click on Radish as well, half the HP. Because Wind Ranger has a Daedalus and a Witchbane. That is so much damage. And that had a haste rune too. I cannot believe he managed to get that kill.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. That's so much damage. Everything about that kill I would be fuming at. Just what could you do?
Yeah, the rate at which Nat took down a Void Spirit. The damage.
He does have Daedalus.
Yeah, Daedalus
And even
Witchbane.
so-
That's a lot of damage.
Oh, the Witchbane as well, yeah.
Yeah, 4% of
he-
your mana when you're an int hero is a lot of damage.
Tower is under
Well, good thing he didn't consider buying out, even though he can afford the full thing. He does have buyback for any essential push, but there is also a Roche. And it looks like that it's been called Nat blinking down towards it.
Pretty standard. Is there any hero on Radiant who's still desperate for the shard? Tanking really should have his shard by now, so I'd say that's the one.
Rubik can have his as well. Yeah,
Rubik,
both of their shards are very, very good.
Yeah, I think you should always get yours on Sank because the free epi plus the 10 damage per pulse just tends to be pretty good. I thought it was 20 damage per
They buffed
pulse.
it quite a lot, yeah.
But
It's pretty good now.
It's still a free hit. Backwards actually gets a kill on Roids, but I suppose they were taking Roche anyway. Now it's level 25 on Wind Ranger, so Nat can get a kill and almost immediately focus fire again. Level 25 on Sanking, so we talk about that Sandstorm, Slow and Blind. Very good against Spectre, who's never going to go BKB.
Yep. Super good against all of the illusions, actually. They all miss when you're in the AoE.
Yeah,
Uses one.
35% is quite a lot as well. Over a third of hits are going to miss. Yeah, JCA being really, really careful there. He's going for BKB as well on the Underlord, which I think is smart. 1% fast on burn damage. Come on, take that. Please get your shard as well, JCA. It is so much more damage. So much more damage. Great for base defense. Level 25, nearly up on Void Spirit. He's desperate for that stun. He's actually going
That's good
BKB
for a
now
lot.
first. Look at him. Decided, wait, BKB, then Aghanim. So Aghanims is basically not happening this game.
Yeah, I think by missing out on Aghanims for this long, you're really struggling with it. And I think it's just the E-Blade, right? If the E-Blade was an Aghanims, I think this is very different. It's about
Yeah.
the same cost, so...
Yeah, I do like E-Blade on Void Spirit, but I really think Aghanim has to come first. Nat is BKB. Immediately kills JCA. Like, honestly, the speed at which he can get a kill on anybody is crazy. Now the ultimate's coming in. That wasn't the Haunt, though. It was just the Spectral, the Step. Shadow Step. Now here's the full Haunt. Oak going to
Oak's
keep
not
herself alive. Very nice. Spectre going in. Tries to get the kill onto Winter Wyvern. Can't. What's happening in the back? You've got
Oak's stopping.
Void
Oak's
Spirit.
dead.
Okay, Void Spirit basically had to run away. The backward toe, he's taken so much damage. He does have a Heart of Terrasto, so he's very, very tanky. He's dying to the Sandstorm. Is going to go down. Does have buyback. Probably will have to buy back. Nat just immediately deletes Radish. So quick you can barely even see it, but that is going to be him dead. And there is no BKB on the Wind Ranger. It's a good chance to try and kill Wind Ranger, but do they have any follow-up? No, they don't. Someone is going to go down. But Nat has his ultimate yet again, and look how quickly he's going to get a kill. Nice use of the E-Blade. But it gets dispelled. Dispelled by the Witchbane. What a hard counter to the E-Blade. Buyback's coming in fast. Radiant are getting such a lead here. 30k gold. And can they get anyone? They do have the step. Yeah, he turns up. But they're immediately just going to kill that illusion. Nat is way too strong. Can't be killed.
The fact that he can blink in and instantly delete a hero with BKB is pretty gross. That's a nasty chat.
Wow, that kill. What a quick kill. I think Sanking is in a little bit of trouble here, though. They will get the kill.
They have a rupture in 4.
Here comes the ultimate. Oh no, Mo Farah's in trouble now. No BKB. Oh, they don't follow on him. Okay, he's going to be okay.
He takes the portal out. Back into the fountain he goes.
Yes, a long gate.
Oh, casual fountain dust. Love that.
Well, yeah, why not?
Why not?
A little celebration. Okay, that's buybacks used by the die. They did actually end up getting some gold. And the nice thing is levels. You now have level 27 Spectre, thanks to those kills. Which is nice. Get a few extra stats. There's the Spectral Dagger cooldown that we talked about. He's got the Bash. I don't know what else he's going to buy. Overwhelming Blink on Wind Ranger is a Wind Ranger who's got far too much gold. And she can build whatever he wants. I still think that's the best Blink Dagger of the 3 at the moment.
Yeah, for sure. Just for the slow effect, actually, more than the damage. It's just such a nice AoE. And you also cancel people's blinks when you do it. So if you're initiating on someone, they have absolutely no chance of reacting.
Yeah, 800 AoE. You basically can't miss.
Yeah.
It's so good. And 25 strength, you're going to take that on a Wind Ranger. Quite a squishy hero. But you do have level 25 on the Void Spirit, so now he does have to simulate stuns. He's going for Lincoln. He cannot make up his mind. It's Aghanim's, then it's BKB, now it's Lincoln Sphere. So I don't know what he wants to buy.
I think he's fed up with being shackled, so he wants the Lincolns as that extra protection. But if you're the second target in the shackle, it's not going to help you. So
yeah, there've been some really nice double shackles, and now Nat is going for an even deadlier item that you do not want to play against. Scythe of Vice.
Yeah.
So now he doesn't even have to land the shackle. You can just blink Scythe and just instantly kill you. So much damage.
Yeah, I like that from that. I think Hex is it's still an underbought item. It's so good, especially for, like we said, initiations.
I think the problem with Hex is that because it's so expensive, it tends to be like supports who want to buy it, but supports never get the gold to get it early enough. And then by the time they get it, it's either the game's over or they probably could have had 2 or 3 other items. But buy it on a core when you have the money easily to afford it. It's so good. I've even seen, you know, TAs can buy it, Clinxes can buy it, Shadow Fiends. There's really no... Ursa, yeah, Ursa. I like Ursa. Hex, 3.5 second lockdown, which gives you enough time to just bash them to death.
It's amazing.
It's a good item, yeah. Good late game item. And since Refresher is so popular at the moment, double Scythe.
Yeah.
I really think Refresher actually should have been bought on that, because the double BKB is going to make a massive difference. He has the Scythe now anyway.
Now he just gets to refresh when he has both.
Is he just going to ult the tower? I'd ult the tower. Okay, gets held in place, dispels himself with the Witchbane. Very low cooldown that item. I can't believe it used to be an AoE dispel. And they realised, wait a second, this is ridiculous.
It's a little strong as an AoE.
Omni Knight being deleted by 1 neutral item.
Yeah.
Definitely fun. There are very few AoE dispels in this game. That used to be one of them. Now it's back to... like Oracle, which has a very small AoE. Tornado happening to clip a few targets.
Brewmaster probably has the biggest one, I guess.
Yes, he does. Yeah, he does.
Point target AoE.
Not many defensive AoE dispels. Brewmaster's is one of them. Can be really useful, but for dispelling Omni Knight on the enemy, that's important. Especially Guardian Angel, make the whole team immune to physical damage. So Satanic and Skadi on Mo Farah, he's a pretty tanky hero. He's going for his own refresher. We've just realised that 12-second BKB is just the way to play. I wonder if they'll one day remove BKB from being refreshed. That would be a very, very, very big nerf, but
yeah, huge change.
Somehow feel like one day it might happen because refresher is so in the meta right now. But we'll see. I don't hate it. It's a very expensive item that gives no damage, so I like the trade-off. Stats it gives actually is useless. You pay 5,000 gold for some region.
Yeah, I was going to say, it doesn't give you any stats, so it's actually just a lot of money for the effect, which is very strong, admittedly.
Yeah, 5,000 gold for an effect, a tiny bit of regen. Well, they're hitting the tower on the Radiant. Mo Farah's not even near his team at all. Doesn't seem to care.
He just casually walked up and just started hitting it. They went, oh, there's a Bloodseeker taking out the tower.
I mean, Roids is nowhere near his team. I don't know what he is doing. Farming.
He's farming. He's got Firestorm finally, so now he's like, yeah, I just want to hit creeps. He's got Firestorm with Stroke of Fate. This man is ready to hit creeps.
E-Blade, bit of damage onto Bloodseeker. Someone's got an Orchid. Orchid on Oak. Wow, I really like that. Do they have follow-up damage? They got the BKBs, but look how quick JC is going to go down. But he has a Ghost Scepter, so he will be able to keep himself alive. It's now dispelled by Nat. Nat will finally get the kill. Do they have enough damage to kill Mofara? They're going to try. Yes, they do get the kill of Mofara. This is really big. There's a buyback from JC as well. Someone is going to escape, but they really should try and fight this. Oh, it's dodged. Nice blink. Nat manages another kill, but can they get the kill on Nat? No, they can't because he just wind runs, and they've got no way you can stop the wind run, which is a shame. So Nat manages to just pick up any kill that he wants. There's going to be a buyback though, or somewhat chance to kill him. He does have a Lotus Orb. He actually could have gone for that. Oh, he doesn't get the stun. Royd manages to escape as well with Stolen Astral Step. They manage only one kill, and for some reason, every single time it's a kill, it seems to be Mofara. Literally nobody else. They are struggling so much to stay on top of people. How are they going to kill the Wind Ranger?
Well, the fact they're overcommits too deep, and they have no way of saving him. He just ends up dying every time.
He does, yeah. But they can't kill anybody else. They're trying to kill Nat, but Oak's still holding the ultimate as well. Now here comes the damage on Spectre. Nat's got to be careful. Nat's actually dying from that damage. Nice Orchid on the Spectre, actually. But is it enough damage to kill Oak? The answer is yes. But Nat goes in. There's the Shackle. Doesn't have the ult yet. Does he have Focus Fire? No, doesn't have Focus Fire. Gonna right. He's still on Spectre.
He kills
actually gets the kill. Gets the kill on himself. What an unfortunate play, and the Walrus Punch will get the kill. Backward Slow is going to escape. How do you kill Wind Ranger? You let Wind Ranger kill herself. The stun! But I think someone may end up dying for that. Is there the dagger up? 2 seconds to Shadow Step. If he had vision, that would have been a kill. Someone is going to escape. Does cancel the TP. Nat actually bought back for that. So that's a lot of gold going in the way of the die. And they got the Wind Ranger kill. Wind Ranger comes back, but this may be death for Nat. He gets yeeted, but unfortunately not close enough to the base, but he is silenced. There's Wind Run. There's Wind Run. Can they get any kill? No, they can't get him. There's the Shackle. He's actually going to be able to escape. There's the Shadow Step, but it's not. He's going to try. He does get him.
He's not going to be able to get him.
It's still chasing him. It hasn't even landed on him. There we go. Okay.
He's got another win on. That kick actually just completely ruined that. Oh, that's so unfortunate.
Yeah.
You see a target and you're like, oh my god, the Wind Ranger's brought back. Dump everything. And it just gives him enough space to get away. Oh, that's so unfortunate.
Yeah, that was not the play that they wanted. So if they got the kill on that, that almost could have been game. Not quite, but that would have made such a massive difference. Anyway,
they do have to get. They've only taken 1 tower this game time, so they've got a lot of buildings to go through. But
yeah, 1 tower at 50 minutes. Oh, that's true. Radiant don't need to hold buyback under any means.
Yeah.
Now the full Abyssal Blade is ready on the Spectre, which is a bit more lockdown. Spectre's damage though quite low, 200 damage. And no attack speed item.
It's all about Desolate though. You haunt in with the Desolate illusions and Manta, and you just chomp someone to death. Like
that's true. And 5k HP now with the Vanguard as well, which is going to be blocking quite a lot of damage actually. Even late game Vanguard against Wind Ranger.
Super nice.
Can't believe Focus Fire is only a 14% damage reduction when you get 500% attack speed in return, which seems like quite a lot of attack speed. That's 6 times your attack speed, the base attack speed.
Right,
which is quite a lot. It's just spawn. It's got a free Aghanims. What do you get Aghanims on? Oh, you get the worst Aghanims known to man on Bloodseeker, but you've got Aghanims for Rubik. No, you've got Aghanims on Rubik already. Wind Ranger's Aghanims is so bad. Wyvern's I mean, no one wants Aghanims here. They're all rubbish.
It's amazing. I think actually so good, especially against Spectre. The constant HP, like max HP burn.
Yeah, I think Mofara's going to take it so he can spread his blood on the floor.
Probably.
Wind Ranger will take it.
I really want to give this to Wyvern, but.
Oh, undispellable Wind Run. Not like anybody has dispelled it the entire game, but I suppose now it's a 40% blind, I suppose, counts for something. I mean, it's a rubbish Aghanims, but anyway, an Aghanims is an Aghanims. You've got level 30 Wind Rangers, now invisible as well, which is another thing you have to deal with, which is a pain. Mofara has a lot of gold. Spectre actually has a lot of net worth too, but I don't know what they're holding the net worth for. I don't know why you send the illusion in there, but anyway, level 25 on the Wyvern also is an amazing talent.
It does look like as well, we were talking about at the beginning of the game, the illusions don't get dispersion. Because they were murdering that illusion, it didn't do any damage.
Okay, fine. In here only. Fair enough.
It would be a little bit, well,
it'd be a lot of damage. Yeah, it'd be a lot of damage.
Yeah, they have such a tough time pushing in. They literally have to commit in with a Wind Ranger, Blink, and BKB and kill someone.
Well, JCA usually. He's died like 1,000 times. He's got an Atos. Sorry, not Atos, an Aeon Disc. Still doesn't matter because it can be dispelled by the Witchbane. But I guess he can wait for the Aeon Disc, wait for it to be dispelled, then he can go Scepter. And then he's safe. Maybe Nullifier would have been the Wind Ranger item. Oak's going in. He does just get a couple of slows. Oh, guess the D-Ward. Really safe D-Ward. That's nice. That's just ulting the base. And blinks out immediately. Whoa!
Aeon proc.
Aeon just proc. That's a long cooldown. I'm not sure why he's backpacked it. Ultimate used by Mofara. Kick Mofara away for some reason. There's going to be the Winter's Curse. Holding him in place, but that means he's not going to take any further damage at the moment. So, a lot of spells used, but no deaths. Royd goes in, tries to pick up the Tusk. Actually, just straight up kills the Tusk. Really nice play. JC is also quite low, and Nat, he is still at large. He's ulting Spectre, but a lot of damage is going back onto Nat. Doesn't matter because there is the Aegis. Nat, in fact, might kill himself, gets healed by Oak. So he's going to come back with plenty HP, and there's still Focus Fire and Backwards Slow, who's trying to do what he can. It is going to go down to Nat. And even with the buybacks, I think this is Radiant's game now. Nat doesn't care if he throws his life away. He's got the Aegis, and if he gets the Spectre, it's worth it.
Yeah, triple buybacks as well, and they don't even defend the racks. I don't think they're going to catch anything as well, so they've just put 3 buybacks on cooldown.
Yeah, I'm amazed.
But...
Why is the game gone on this long? There's a 44,000 gold lead on the Radiant, which is absolutely crazy. Rubik is more fed than everyone on the Dire team but the Spectre. This Rubik has Octarine Core. With this talent, 25% lower cooldown, stolen spells. He's got like a 6-second cooldown Ether Remnant. I wonder what spell
everyone is. The Void Spirit's finding it really hard to kill anyone. He went in on the backline there and didn't. He put Oak to about half HP and then realized he had no spells and just died.
ACA is going down here.
Oh,
Stun.
These double stuns.
There are so many stuns coming out. Yeah, that's going to be a kill. Oh, Void Spirit. That's an interesting ultimate, but it doesn't matter. He's still going to go down because they got the Hex. And GG.
Yeah, I don't think Bagatolo is going to do enough here to hold the base as a single Spectre.
No.
As soon as he gets Focus Fire out, which he has, it's just going to commit in.
He tried, but the Radiant had a much better time team fighting. They had so many stuns and initiations, whereas Dire, all they had was Underlord Aetos. That was pretty much it. They had the Void Spirit, who didn't have Aghanims, and therefore couldn't do AoE silence. They struggled to engage in these fights. Radiant had the opposite. They had so many ways to engage.
They just instantly kill the illusion?
I think so.
I didn't even see it.
One might have been... Oh no, didn't get hexed. Well, they are holding on to the end.
One last play, Tusk and Spectre. I mean, Mofara is low, actually.
Nah, he's been healed. Too much healing.
Focus Fire's on Spectre.
Focus Fire is such a good spell. Nice double shackle with the perfect blink. Spectre does a lot of damage with Dispersion, but you see the point that Wind Ranger can kill even the tankiest hero in Dota with Focus Fire. With pretty much one damage item. Daedalus plus Witchbane. Well, 56 minutes in.
25 as the game ends.
Yeah. Into I'm just walking around.
Yeah, she has some fun.
Just flying around in circles like, don't mind me, I don't care about the game ending. Nice. Well, what a long game that was, and I've never seen a game hold on for quite that long with that much of a goal disadvantage. Like, it was 25k for over 20 minutes. Wow, 75k XP difference nearly. I mean, that is a lot of XP difference, but yeah, Dire had some good moments. It looked like they had a potential to come back with the Spectre, but the team fight was so heavily in Radiant's favor.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the items were a little bit missed from Dire for what they needed. They couldn't quite control fights well enough. They didn't have a single force staff, which is kind of a bit iffy, I think. But
yeah, that's a good point. And they didn't itemize for the lockdown enough. I think the Void Spirit and Ted definitely should have considered the Aghanims, because that would have locked down the Wyvern, locked down the Rubik, the Sand King before he had the BKB, which wasn't that early on. But yeah, they missed their timings and they had a bit of a struggle. But Nat also...
Credit where it's due, though, to Radiant and Oak's warding. They had some really good wards, which gave them a lot of early good fight advantage. There were a lot of really good sort of blink stuns from the Sand King. You know, Nat obviously played very well on one of his comfortable heroes.
Oh, yeah.
So it was an overall good performance from Radiant. Yeah, it's just amazing, really, how long it took them to end the game, just trying to push into an Underlord. It's just so hard sometimes.
Yeah, but then they realized the way is to just blink and kill JCA first every single time, and that was the play. So